What's up, guys? How you guys doing? And welcome to 32 Teams, where I review all 32 teams in the NHL after the 2022-23 season. This series will consist of an overview, the regular season, player stats, team stats, and my overall opinion about the team. We finished the Western Conference, and now we are in the Eastern Conference. Today, we review the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's get started. The NHL's 23rd season since its founding on June 25th, 1997 was the 2022-23 Columbus Blue Jackets. The Columbus Blue Jackets were sacked coach Brad Larson after missing the playoffs for the third straight season. The Columbus Blue Jackets concluded with a record of 25, 48, and 9, which was the second worst in the NHL. The chance that team would receive the first choice in the draft was reduced by 12% if they weren't the NHL's weakest team. The two games remaining, Columbus had the poorest record in the league, but by defeating Pittsburgh 3-2 in overtime on Thursday, it significantly decreased its chance of acquiring 17-year-old sensation Connor Bedard. Columbus set a franchise record for goals allowed only 1 year ago with 297. This season, the Blue Jackets were even worse, surrendering 329 goals. To be fair, Columbus did experience the season-ending loss of Vorensky and the 2-month suspension of Nick Blankenberg on November 10th. Defenseman Jake Bean, a first-year Blue Jacket, lost his season in December after undergoing shoulder surgery, while Eric Gudbranson, also a defender, missed the season's last month after separating his shoulder in late March. For the Columbus Blue Jackets this season, six different goalies made an appearance. Elvis Merzlikins' first year was, to put it mildly, unimpressive. For goalies who played at least 25 games, he allowed an NHL worst 4.23 goals per game, and his save percentage was .876, and was the second worst in the league. The Blue Jackets were eliminated from the postseason race after losing to the Anaheim Ducks on March 17th, 2023. Let's move on to the regular season. The Blue Jackets started the season with a 4-1 loss against the Carolina Hurricanes. They didn't win the game till their fourth game, which was against the Canucks. They lost many games after that. In their first 10 games, they went 3-7-0, which is not too good. Their October record was 3-7-0 as well, which isn't good, and need to improve their game. Although it's just 1 month, you can't lose that many games already and need to improve the record. However, in November, it wasn't that great either. They went 4-5-2. It is not the greatest, and it's not a very bad start. And it's a very bad start. The last month of 2022 is here, and they need to show something great to us, but it was the complete opposite. In December, they went 4-10-0, which was the worst record of the year and season. They had a losing streak of 7, which is terrible. They ended the year with an 11-22-2 record, which is not good. They need a comeback in 2023 to be close to the playoffs. From this record alone, being top of the division seems impossible, and they need to clinch the wild card to make the playoffs. They start 2023 with a loss 4-0 against the Ottawa Senators, and it didn't look good for the rest of the month. They went 4-10-2 in January, which is the worst month record of the year. In the past 2 months, they went 8-20-2 in February. In February, they finally had a winning record that month with a 5-3-2 record and actually beat pretty big teams, such as Edmonton and Toronto. But after that month, they went back to losing. In March, they went 3-8-2, and in April, they went 2-5-1. They played their final game against the Sabres and lost 5-2. This gives them the season record of 25, 48, and 9, or 59 points, making them the worst team in the Eastern Conference and the second worst team in the NHL. This was one of the worst seasons for them, and they lacked almost everything. Many believe Columbus would improve because of the signing of Johnny Gaudreau, but you can't win games with one player alone. A one-man team is not a good team, and this season proved it. The point leader for Columbus is Johnny Gaudreau, with 74 points in 80 games, which isn't too surprising. Gaudreau is a great player who just signed with Columbus in 2022. Even though he had 115 points last season and only had 74 points this season, it's still pretty good and also isn't surprising. He just joined a different team after playing with Calgary for 9 years and played with a team that was significantly worse, so you can't expect him to rack up as many points as last season. Next in line is Patrick Laine with 52 points in 55 games. Laine is pretty decent and almost had a point a game. There are more decent players on the team, such as Boone Jenner, Jack Roslovic, and Kent Johnson, but I want to focus on one thing, and that's the goalies. They used a total of 6 goalies in one season, which is an excessive amount. It's too much. 4 of those goalies played over 15 games, meaning they couldn't find the right goalie, and injuries also came in the way. Elvis Merzlikins played the most games, 30, and had a .876 save percentage and a 4.23 goals allowed average, which isn't good at all. Next is Jonas Corpusalo, which played 28 games and had a .913 save percentage and a 3.17 goals allowed average, which is actually pretty decent. Corpusalo wasn't too bad, but unfortunately he signed with the LA Kings in this year's free agency, so he's no longer with the Blue Jackets. Next is Daniel Tarasov, who played 17 games. He had a .892 save percentage and a 3.92 goals allowed average, which is not so great. And finally, Michael Hutchinson, who played 16 games. He had a .877 save percentage and a 4.29 goals allowed average, which isn't good. But there are two more goalies, Jake Grievous and John Gillies, but I won't include them since they didn't play that many games. This goalie situation can be a significant factor in why the Blue Jackets are one of the worst teams in the league right now. They need to find a reliable and good goalie that can play the majority of games and stop many shots. None of these guys really did that and didn't have a great save percentage and a goal allowed average. Goalies are a significant part of success in hockey. Now let's move on to the team stats. Face-off win percentage for Columbus Blue Jackets is 48.6. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but you can't really expect not much. Shots against one of the highest, not good. 35 shots, not the greatest. Shots per game, one low, 29 shots per game. It's lower than their shots allowed, so that's not good. Penalty kill, you need a good penalty kill, and Columbus is not good, 75%. Not the greatest penalty kill percentage. Power play, I wouldn't expect power play to be that high. Yeah, not so high. 18.3%, not so great. Goals allowed, this is very significant. Yeah, 4 goals a game, that's a high amount, that's not good. And goals for, they're 2.6 goals. That's not great. This season was just not a good season for Columbus. Like it wasn't good. It was they were the worst team in the Eastern Conference, and these stats really do show it. Their goals allowed, their shots allowed, and the shots for is completely different. And every stat, like that low table. They're not good. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it was not a good season for them. They had less than 60 points. Now, what is my overall opinion about this team? I think the Blue Jackets are one of the worst teams right now and need to improve in all aspects of the game. The most important is to find a good goalie. Like what I said before, he has to be reliant and have a good save percentage. I think Gaudreau can do many great things for Columbus, but he can't do it himself. It will be tough for them to make playoffs, and honestly, I don't see it happening in the next year or two. On my last note, the Blue Jackets need to improve, and if they don't, they're going to keep losing many games and stay at the bottom. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We finally started the Eastern Conference. I'm hopefully my videos gonna be better in Eastern because I am a Devils fan, which is in the Eastern Conference, and I follow more in the Eastern. So hopefully these videos are gonna be better, gonna be right better. And yeah, that's really it. Columbus, not a great team. But I want to talk about that at the end of the video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment down below your opinions. And yeah, hope you guys have a great one and stay safe. See ya.